Hi there guys, welcome to Dino's Vault. I am super excited and everyone is losing their mind after the price has been announced for the NS400Z. Yes, it gets a new name as well. It is NS400Z. Now what does that Z stand for? We don't know. They're saying just wait for a few more months. Then they're going to reveal the reason behind the letter or the origin behind the letter Z as to why they have included it in the name. But that's not the case here. The case here is everyone has gone mad after the pricing has been announced. It's just 1.85 lakhs for the NS400Z. Can you believe 1.85 lakhs is the introductory price, and there is no definite timeline also specified that it's going to stand like that for 1 month or 10,000 bookings or anything. They just want the Pulsar maniacs to enjoy. They just want to Pulsar maniacs to go mad with this new 400, the biggest, the meanest and the most badass Pulsar to date. Now, all the information quickly in a nutshell. First of all, starting with the design, we have an amalgamation of the N series as well as the NS series. So you can see here, when you look at the DRLs, the lightning bolt DRLs come from the 200NS recent update or a facelift, and they look far more premium here. Absolutely stunning, menacing face, a proper naked wolf kind of a design. Again, the bifunctional LED works for high beam as well as low beam, lesser load on the battery, greater battery life, better consistent light throw and light spread. Gold anodized forks, 43mm USD forks at this price point, unheard of. I mean, people are literally losing it, and this is going to send the competition back to the drawing board for sure. Then this carbon fiber accent looks absolutely beautiful. Dual channel APS ka branding यहाँ पे, that coupled with the 320mm, best in class 320mm front disc, and you have a rear disc as well. And the tires are MRF radial tire. I mean, the rear tire is 140 section radial rear tire to kind of complement the kind of sporty character this bike has on offer. Also the power plant. The power plant is again there for a purpose that has helped them to price it absolutely aggressively. 373cc tried and tested power plant. We've seen it on the previous gen Duke 390. We've seen it on the Dominar 400. And 373cc single liquid cooled fuel injected motor, 40 bhp, 35 Newton meters, 6-speed gearbox. Again, beam perimeter frame, I think, has it been taken from the Dominar, or is it the same that we see on the 200NS? It's a little unsure, but still they're saying it is going to offer superb torsional rigidity and balance to support the kind of monstrosity lurking underneath. And then this coupled with the monoshock, you have the gas charge monoshock with preload adjustability. Also, this, whether it's pressed steel or aluminium swing arm, a little unsure, but it looks really well put together, and I'm sure it's gonna be an amazing handling machine, adding to the mass centralization concept, underbelly exhaust, so the balance for the stunters, it's going to be an absolute joy. Now, talking about the tank, you can see this is the same tank extension, like the design is borrowed from the 200NS. You also have carbon fiber cues here that highlights the premium factor, and boy oh boy, the lighting is all LED, so you can have a look at the rear twin strips, the signature hallmark design element of Pulsar. Again, turn blinkers, we have hazard lights being included as well, so those who want to tour on this, it becomes an added bonus for them. The seats are well put together. You have textured pattern here, preventing the rider from sliding forward while harsh braking, and also you have a flat surface, longer flat surface, and slightly inclined up towards the tank to prevent the rider from crashing into the tank while braking, panic braking scenarios. The pillion seat is again usable. Very good quality foam has been used. The Pulsar branding looks super premium, the 3D branding, E20 compliant, BS6 Phase 2. So it is the combustion efficiency, the ability to clean the fuel injectors, and the additive characteristic to enhance the overall performance works for this. Ride-by-wire throttle, so consistent throttle response, seamless throttle response, instant throttle response, coupled with slipper clutch, watching your back while doing faster downshifts, adjustable levers, 5-step adjustable levers for the brake as well as the clutch, and these mirrors with aluminum stock highlight, make a quality statement at this price point. The console, and you look at the console, I'll come this way. So you have a reverse LCD console. I'll just show the startup animation. So you can see the green color, the red towards the red line, and speedo console, the speedometer, tachometer, the gear position indicator, the fuel gauge, and MID is right over here. So it houses all the relevant info where you can change the riding modes. Not riding modes. They are saying it is riding modes, but I think it's more of ABS modes.
No,
But
these are ride modes.
these are ride modes. Okay, so this is
Ride mode.
so these are ride modes is what they're claiming. These are not ABS modes, and in sport mode they're saying it's going to unleash absolute hell on the streets. So if you want to change the riding mode, just go into use these navigation buttons, go into settings, go into vehicle info, ride mode, and just use it to change it to rain or sport or road. Let's go back. Let's activate sport mode because that's what we prefer. You have off-road mode as well. That's interesting. And traction control can be turned on or turned off. To turn off, you have to long press the set button and release when you ask you to release. And then of course you have one switch, one click to turn it on. And then of course this is the housing. You have ABS indicator, you have traction control indicator, and all this thing. The handlebar is nice, well put together, and the seating posture. Yeah, you also have a USB charging socket right over here to stay connected on the go. That is the blessing that all the bikers are looking for, especially those who tour long distances. And you have a hazard light switch right over here, and integrated starter button with the engine kill switch, and dedicated button to turn on and turn off the DRLs. So for now, let us just quickly give you the exhaust note. And so this is the exhaust note of the bike at the Beast, and it kind of sounds like the Dominar to some extent, but it doesn't get the dual port exhaust or twin port exhaust. So that is the reason why it sounds different. It sounds like a mixture of Dominar and yeah, we have different colors. We have the grey color right over here. This is the white color first of all, and that is the grey color, and over there is the black color as well. Over there is the black color, if you can show, or you have the red color here. You have a lot of international journalists also coming, and that talks about the world's favorite Indian name that it has gotten over the years, and world's favorite, I mean India's favorite sport bike. So what do you think about the pricing? What do you think about the proposition? I mean, did it kind of blow your mind away? Did your jaw hit the ground? I mean, it sure did. But for now, this is the overview of the bike. 1.85 lakhs for this kind of equipment, this kind of powerhouse of a machine, underscores the fact what makes Pulsar an absolute blockbuster. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Can't wait to ride this, and the ride impression will be posted once the embargo is lifted. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Until next time, ride safe and stay blessed.